Mr. Ross Davenport or Davenport.
Yeah,
Man,
I apologize.
your sound is terrible.
My sound is terrible too.
It's just a little bit low as far as I can hear. But you know, everybody's having issues today apparently.
Yeah, we had a. It wasn't a Zoom call. What was it? It was Google something. But we had a meeting with a prospective sponsor earlier, and Charlie's audio wasn't any good. But that's all right. We're here.
Maybe it's my headset.
I keep freezing.
No.
But we're gonna give it a go.
Maybe it's me. Don't worry.
Well, welcome to episode 30. Charlie, we reached the big 3-0. Did you get us a birthday card of any kind?
Well, look what I got, man. Look what I got for my 30. A beautiful Teros.
I lost Teros jersey that doesn't fit you.
It does perfectly. It's good for sevens, yes. You know? You have to wear them really tight so they can't grab you.
It's that mate belly.
Sevens.
That mate belly. Don't show it.
And listen, it's not only me. This thing runs.
As you can see, I'm wearing a soccer shirt tonight, Charlie, because I'm promoting the Greenville Triumph, who start their season on Saturday night in USL League One. I will be doing solo play-by-play of their first game on Saturday night. I'm scared shitless, but we'll have some fun with it, and hopefully I don't curse on the air.
That's great, but nobody knows who they are. Nobody knows who they are.
Oh, some people do. Listen, we're on ESPN Plus, which I can't say that about the Los Teros, who aren't. Or SLR is not on is ESPN Plus, but the Greenville Triumph are. So Saturday night, 6:30, if you're incredibly bored and want to watch me make a complete fool of myself, then do so on ESPN Plus.
Okay, let me, before we start, because we have to sort of rush today, right? I just want to
not rush, but
I want to say to Valentina.
Look at those woofers.
Look at that. Everybody's with the Taylors today. This thing runs deep in the family.
Do the dogs speak Spanish?
Huh?
Do the dogs speak Spanish?
Of course they do.
Okay.
They're bilingual. Everybody's bilingual in my family.
Ian says he can hear us both very well. But okay. does Ian hear very well though? That's the question. I don't know. He's old as well. Hello to What are the dogs' names?
Oh, maybe it's me, man. Maybe it's me. I'm having
What are the dogs' names?
Goodyear,
like the blimp?
Yep.
All right. I don't even know if I want to ask why it's called Goodyear, but what's the other?
That's a long story for some other day. Well, I'll let you know.
Yeah, we don't have time for that. What's the other one's name?
Nico.
All right. Goodyear and Nico. I think Nico must be asking, why is this dog's named after a tire? But anyway, episode 30. It was an exciting weekend of rugby, Charlie.
Oh, it was.
As I said in my Facebook post, that we had close games, we had blowouts. We had cards, lots of them. We had Nick Haupt allegedly being ejected from the Naples U19s game. I haven't heard a full report on that yet. Maybe he'll jump on and explain exactly what happened. It wouldn't be the first time he's been ejected from a rugby match, Charlie.
Okay, if you say so.
Anyway, let's get to our sponsors first. First of all, as you can see in the bottom left-hand corner, 401kfl.com. Mick Graham, we're both wearing the hats. If you own a business, if you have a 401k, if you need a 401k, if you have no idea what a 401k is, 401k of Florida will help you. Their business is to tackle retirement plan needs and goals. Their team has the expertise in the field of retirement plans, both big and small. So if your retirement plan hasn't been reviewed in a while, consider a complimentary consultation by 401k Florida. And Mick Graham of Brevard Rugby, who won this weekend again. I don't remember the last time they lost a game, Charlie.
Who, Brevard?
Yeah, I think you were in your 60s the last time they lost a game.
In 2019, because last year they went 4-0.
Yeah.
So there you go.
So you can visit 401kfl.com to kick things off. Once again, massive thanks, as always, to Mick Graham from Brevard for the sponsorship. We have a potential new sponsor we were talking to today, which is some exciting stuff. Maybe hang out with us over the summer, and we'll see how that goes. And as Charlie is proudly showing off there, Flash. They are the leading rugby equipment company in South America, as well as the proud equipment supplier of the most important Argentine teams, including the 4 UAR founder teams, the Buenos Aires Rugby Union teams, and 3 of the 4 latest Argentina champions, including the Hindu club Belgrano. They also sponsor, or supply, I should say, several other teams. 60 teams they supply in the home of the Pumas. As you can see on Charlie's shirt, they also supply the national team of Uruguay as well as Brazil. There's a lot of the teams competing in SLAR, the Superliga Americana de Rugby. I saw Peñarol won again this week, Charlie.
Yep.
Continue to be undefeated.
No, we lost against we lost against Jaguares.
Oh, we did.
Yes, of course.
That's the only loss then, right?
In the last game over there in Chile.
Oh, okay. But Flash have been in the South America market now for over 30 years, always focusing 100% on rugby. They're now intending to become a key player in the U.S. and Canadian markets. They already supply Okapi, Key Biscayne Rats, the Hooligans, or Palm Beach Under 23. Somebody's cat's making a lot of noise over there.
That's my cat. Yeah, don't worry.
Other teams here in the States. Now, Flash's customer value proposition is unique. They claim to be the only rugby brand created and managed by ruggers. They can provide you with everything the team needs to play a game. And they mean everything. Kits, balls, post pads, apparel. And they're also the only rugby company that owns their own manufacturing facilities in Argentina and Paraguay, which means they have complete control over their supply chain, so no issues with getting the product to you. And they also actually have a large stock of product here already. They have warehouses in California and Georgia. I've already ordered. Well, I'm waiting to see approved to order my rugby balls for Surf and Sevens. I'm also going to perhaps order some jerseys for our alumni game through them. We'll see. But if you'd like to check out their full range of products, please visit their e-commerce platform here in the US, flash-sports.com, or just give them a call at 831-205-9753.
Okay.
So big thanks to Flash. We'll have some more. We got a video of them later talking about their deal. If you have a Rugby Sevens team that's wanting to play this summer and you haven't got a Rugby Sevens team kit, they've got an offer for you. But we'll get to that a little later.
Now is the time for that. Now is the time. Don't wait for later, because
trust me, because it does take a little while to create these uniforms and get them together, and you got to collect the sizes. We all know what a pain in the ass that is, making sure you get everybody's sizes. So you got to start now, because the first high school tournament is on May 8th.
I just found out today about that, so
it's less than 3 weeks away. That's over in Tampa. Then they're doing one in Merritt Island on the 22nd, and then my tournament will be the 5th of June. Surf and Sevens, surfand7s.com if you want more information on that. All right. 3 quick things. The wife just told me about this before we came on, Charlie. USA Rugby with I'm going to call it an historic announcement today. Because this is something we've been begging them for years and years and years and years. Now, some of you out there might not have seen this news today, but USA Rugby is going to offer a weekend membership.
That's
so if you
cool.
want to play in Surf and Sevens and you're not sipped, you can sip with USA Rugby. If you have existing health insurance, it's only $10.
Nice.
So obviously we'd like everybody to be sipped. I can't check everybody's sip, but I do encourage everybody should be sipped to play rugby. And now there's no excuse. If you're an old boy who wants to play in an old boys game and you're not sipped, $10. If you don't have health insurance, it's $15, which is just another extra $5. But you can check out that information on usa.rugby. So
nice. Very nice.
$10. I mean, this is something we've been, because people don't want to sign up for an entire year of SIP to play in one Sevens tournament or one Old Boys game. So this is great news. We haven't had much great news out of USA Rugby, Charlie, over the last couple of years, other than on the Sevens side of things here and there. But this is great news. So weekend membership, 72 hours you get for $10. Alumni games, it's also good for as well. Mine's coming up September 25th for FAU. So good stuff there. Second 3 quick things. The Jaguares, the Florida Jaguares, which is now, the all-star team for the boys high school rugby here in Florida. We've had the Jews, we've had the Lightning, we've had a bunch of other teams. But these guys seem to have got things going, Charlie. They seem to have it organized. They've got a good backroom staff organizing it, and as well as a good coaching staff. So they started tryouts yesterday in Weston as well as in the north end of Florida. They'll do it again next weekend, and they will come together on May 8th. And they will also come together, I think, on the 15th to potentially play some teams coming down from the Carolinas. So 16s and 19s. I was out there briefly on Sunday in the searing heat. I don't know how those boys did it on that turf, but it was a great turnout. Obviously, some of the teams still playing in the Union Championships. We didn't see them.
Yeah.
But
we had like around 80 kids between both North and South. So that's between the U16s and U19s, around 80. So that is a very nice number.
Excellent. So they will select teams to play up in Georgia against the Georgia All-Stars on May 29th before the Rugby Atlanta MLR game. It was originally the 15th, but pushed back to the 29th now. So great to see all those boys out there on Sunday. Third quick thing, shout out to Mitch Wilson of the New England Free Jacks, formerly of Orlando Youth, who scored a try. He actually scored the opening try for the Free Jacks, but they did lose to NOLA. Of course, captained by former Hammerhead Cam Dolan. Nice. I do want to give a quick shout out to Damian Schneider, who you might remember, Charlie, as being the referee. In the last international game here, the last international game ever, considering the weak-ass crowd we got for that game down here in Fort Lauderdale. They played Chile. USA Chile played at Lockhart, rest in peace, in the Americas Rugby Championship, rest in peace. And that was back in 2016. Damien was named as one of the referees for the Olympics this past week.
Oh, nice.
Great guy. Pretty cool. Nice guy. Yes, came to dinner with everybody after the game, and all the people that worked that game, including me. I was one of the substitution coordinators. It was a very interesting day. All right. Let's get to why we're really here, Charlie. I keep sending you this playoffs clip from Jim Mora, and you keep neglecting to play it, but it's all right. I pulled that Jim Mora playoffs clip, and Charlie keeps forgetting to play it. Oh, do we have a Miami?
Let's show it once, because this is our last chance, okay?
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs?
There you go.
Yes, Jim, we are going to talk about the playoffs. Semifinals were this weekend. We had how many, Charlie? 5?
6.
6.
I mean, 6 on today. We had 10 in total.
That's right. We had some last week as well. This week we had the men's D2, men's D3, U19s, and the D4s and the U23s.
Oh, they are.
And there are your final scores. We're going to go over these games in a specific order because some people have to go.
Yeah. So let's get started.
Some are more important than others, and some we don't have video of at all. There was a lot of close games. There was also a lot of blowouts. Oh, Charlie, who got all the predictions right in these games? I'd said every home team would win except for Boca.
To be honest, I don't remember, but I know I missed the Boca one. So I got them right, 100%, but that's okay. You did.
There was a couple of close ones that I almost didn't get right, but I did say all the home teams would win except for Boca.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to our first game. It's the second one on that list, which was Tridents against Tampa.
Yes.
That was down in Atherley Range, right?
Correct.
I will say the grass looked a lot better today.
It looked great, man. It looked great.
Somebody cut the grass. I don't know whether it was.
I think it was Jose. I think Jose Bermudez went the night before and he cut it
with a push mower.
Just because of all the nasty things you said last time.
With a push mower.
Let's bring him in. Let's bring Jose, who is
Jose Rocky Bermudez.
There you go.
Charlie decided not to send an email and not change Jose's name to Rocky. Jose, how are we doing?
Well, certainly we had a couple of blows and punches in this past game. And you know what, guys? My family comes from a long line of landscapers. I usually get...
Oh, there you go.
No, we don't. Come on.
I mean, because I'm talking about the field, it looks so nice.
It did look nice. It almost looked as nice as Naples, but not quite.
Hey, look, like everything in Miami, you just have to flip the
you have to know where to put those greens.
Yeah, listen, in Miami, you're lucky if the pitch is there when you show up on the day. I mean, it could have been paved over any time.
True story. 3 days before we were set to begin practice after COVID,
right,
someone went into the pitch and stole all the copper wiring from the lights.
It's pretty common here in Miami.
It took 2 months for them
to like copper wire for some reason.
To be able to reinstall all the lighting fixtures in the field, so we had to go find another pitch.
That sounds about right. I remember the days of playing down in Key Biscayne and by the American Airlines, the American Airlines Arena, when it was we had a pitch down there. You guys did. I think it was you guys when you had to go sort of clear the pitch of rocks and needles and whatever else was left over from the Friday night before we played. But the field looks in great shape, I will say.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let me bring in Mr. Michael Pitcher, who is the coach of Tampa.
Nick's
Hi,
here.
Michael.
Good evening.
How are you?
We'll get back to Nick Hope in a minute. He just wanted to say hi. He popped in.
How's it going?
All right, let's get to the highlights, Charlie. This was I watched the highlights. It seemed like it was a game of attrition. It wasn't too much. I didn't watch the whole game yet, but the highlights. Is this Charlie Hutchings playing 10, Tampa? From you, Michael?
It is, indeed.
Charlie Hutchings.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
One of the best nines in the state of Florida, but playing 10 in this game. I saw him make a couple of kicks. So here we got Tampa in the white and Tridents in the black and Kenny Handley in the pink, refereeing and just not shutting up the entire game from all the clips that I could hear from Charlie. But Jose, well, let's talk to Michael first. Michael, tell us a bit about yourself first, and then tell us a bit about this game because you're a first-time guest here on the pod.
Oh, I'm new to Florida, so I moved from Ohio in October.
Okay.
And came to the crew in December. And you probably know Eric Saunders, who got a great job in Denver.
I heard.
And so as he was making this life change, and so I began to help him, and eventually took the team here in the last 3 or 4 weeks.
So it's a late coaching change. A long trip. I know you guys came down on the day of the game, but you guys got off to a decent start here. Talk about how this game went from your point of view.
Well, I think in this point, I think we were controlling the pace, right? So we liked that pace. I felt for the most part, the pace was pretty slow. There were a fair number of infractions and turnovers by both teams, and that really slowed down the game. And in fact, I think I counted at one time that there were 2 minutes ball in play over a 10-minute period. I think it was unusual, probably for both teams. I think we were expecting something a little faster with more ball in play time.
Right.
I think in the end, if you really look at the difference and just discount all the mistakes and that sort of thing, the Tridents did better attacking near goal. That was really the difference.
So
we had a great kicker, right? We had
just being clinical in that final third, right?
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. So we had a couple of pick and go tries here. What was the game plan regarding the pace, Michael? Was it to slow it down? I know you've got a bigger team, particularly up front. Was the game plan to slow it down a little bit and try and keep the ball away from the Tridents?
It wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah. So we've done well when we're playing a much faster pace. And so I've been coaching this team to play much faster than maybe they've been used to in the past. We found that works for us. We also knew that the Tridents would be forward heavy. And I don't think that our guys saw anything that they didn't expect.
Right.
But our game plan was actually to speed it up, penetrate off of the breakdowns. And
I'm going to pause here. Keep going, Mike, because I want to talk about this try in a second. Go ahead. Keep going, Mike.
So that was the idea, was to break the gain line, penetrate, and either left or right off of that space, off of the penetration, and then go ahead and we thought we had a chance if we could play our 13, 14, and 15 together.
Okay. So
that was the plan, and of course that doesn't work when we have ball in play in 2.5 minutes out of 10. And also the Tridents did a great job of controlling. After we initially controlled the pace, the Tridents controlled the pace for basically the first half.
Gotcha. Jose, I want your view on this try. I saw this try earlier. Pancho also was the AR. He claims his view is obstructed of this try, but I'm going to play this try and let's see what we see on this try that apparently nobody else saw on the day here. Oh man, it skipped Charlie. Let me go back here. Hold on. Let me go back to the previous penalty kick by Charlie Hutchings. Not known as a kicker, is he, Michael? He's got a good foot in him, though.
I only know him as a kicker.
Okay. Let's get here's a trying question here. Hold on a second. We got a knock here and another knock from both teams, and everybody sort of stopped and said, "Where's the whistle?" And they never went and tried. I think the crew ended up scoring.
Yes.
Yeah, it was actually it was very difficult to keep your emotions and not curse on the sidelines. But we appreciate the ARs. I mean, as you can see in that video, they're discussing it. They discussed it for about 3.5 seconds. And you know what? I mean, what's difficult in that situation is making sure that the guys keep the composure. Whatever it is that he saw. And, I'm not going to argue it.
Listen, referees make mistakes just like players knock the ball on. It happens.
No, absolutely. And what was good is that it was still plenty of time for us to recover and keep our, like I said, I mean, one of the difficult things, like Mike said, when we're having such few actual so little playing time, it's tough to keep up the pace. I mean, we're two very forward heavy teams, and it's exactly what we expected from Tampa. They played a tough match, and these are teams that are used to having several phases in possession. So it was a very slow game, and it was a very hot game as well. So
it was very hot.
I want to thank the referees for allowing us to have 20-minute water breaks, because I think that was very needed. It was a very hot pitch.
I just paused the video for a second because that was the last kick of the game.
That was to win it, right?
That was in regulation, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it was a hard kick because it was not easy, and then we went to the extra time, which was awesome. I was hoping that they tied the whole extra time so we could go to penalty kicks to the.
So we had our 2 periods of 10 minutes.
Yeah.
This was the winning try, correct?
Yes.
Pancho said he did see the knock on, but he was on the other side, and Kenny didn't come and consult him. So, but it didn't come back to haunt anybody. It was a very tight game. It was great to see.
I got to say, it's been 2 years since we played Tampa, and I know that last year they had a difficult season, but I mean, the Tampa that we played this past Saturday was the exact same Tampa we played 2 years. Very tough guys, but honestly, gentlemen's on the pitch and gentlemen off the pitch. And Mike and I had a few choice words, and we really respected each other, and really. To me, it was almost like the finals took place this past weekend, because I mean they were a tough team. They tackled well, they ran well, and I think it could have been anybody's game. I'm definitely very proud of my boys.
Hey, Jose, let me ask you, what were you thinking when this play took place? Because this guy, he could have.
By the way, I would like to.
That was a try, man.
Yeah, I would like to recognize Damian Clemente, because that was his very first tackle with the Tridents.
Yes.
Frenchie has been playing for about 10 years, and that's the first tackle we've ever seen him do, and certainly was one that mattered. So so I'm very proud.
Michael, a valiant effort from the crew. So you're new to down here. What's your future with this crew side? We obviously have seen the crew back in the day take a national championship or two, and they're starting to come back now over the last couple of years.
Yeah, well, I'm very hopeful. We'll see what we can do. I'd like to think I can coach at that level. I spent a couple of years coaching the Ohio D1 Elite side and the Midwest Thunderbirds.
Oh, nice!
Before I came here to Florida, I'd like to have a place with the club. They've indicated they would like me to have a place with the club. So
excellent.
Moving forward, I'm going to reflect on the season and put together appropriate plans, and expect us to get better and better.
Well, listen, the more great coaches in Florida, the better. So glad to have you here, and congratulations on a successful season. Jose, next week take on the Hammerheads. I'm not going to call them Naples. I'm just going to call them the Hammerheads. What do we expect from the boys in green on Saturday?
Hey, I have a couple of teams that have been giving me some pointers on what to do and how to lead our guys. Guys, your money's in the mail. Please wait for it. Thank you. But I expect another very difficult, tough, forwards heavy match, and I think the boys on the other side of the state have been focusing on that. Our guys are skinny and fast, so I am hoping that we're able to keep the ball moving. And look, Naples is not an easy team, and I heard there's a lot of big guys out there, but we're just going to go out and play. We're going to give it our all. We have a lot of young players in our team that are eager and have been locked down for too long. So we're thankful for this. I wish it was a little bit closer for both of our teams. We're both each going to have to travel. I mean, but then again, the halfway point between Miami and Naples, I think, is somewhere in the Everglades. So
Ave Maria. We could have got Ave Maria.
Yeah. So we're traveling. We're traveling to Titusville, but I know how difficult it's been to make this season and playoffs happen. So
so don't complain, man. Don't complain about the traveling. Come on, shut.
Hey, we travel well, okay? We
I
travel
know.
well. If there's one thing about the Tridents is that we know how to travel and party well. So, and I gotta say, Mike, it was the first social that we had with you guys in our sponsor bar the entire season, and we had some good times, man. We sang a few songs. It was great to have Crystal Jewett sing Days of the Week, and
Oh,
for a
geez.
lot of guys.
Keep that man
It's a
away
good
from
time,
your
boys.
children.
Hey, you know what? His wife was there, and she's very much pregnant.
Saint. She's a saint.
She's 7 months pregnant, and he sang some phrases that maybe he shouldn't. So he's probably in trouble at home still.
Well, gentlemen, we appreciate you joining us this evening. Jose, good luck next week. And Michael, hope to see some real improvement from the True next year and perhaps a spot in the championship game.
Thank you.
Good luck, you guys.
Enjoy.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
We'll see you around.
All right. Who do we have with us next? All right, let's get to our next match. We got to get to our next match because the coach of Palm Beach 23 has to go and train some 70-year-old lady how to do.
Let's bring him in. Let's bring him in. Oh no!
Not that guy. Not
that guy. Yeah, this guy.
Steve Manley. Those of you that know Florida Rugby may know him as Boz, former Fort Lauderdale, Boca. Who else did you play for, Boz, in your playing days?
No, that was
it.
you know what? To be honest with you, I think I played a half a season with the Tridents back in.
Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he played with the Tridents against Fort Lauderdale once. It was.
Kenny doesn't forget like an elephant.
So what happened is, I played for Fort Lauderdale, moved to Miami, hooked up with the Tridents, played against Fort Lauderdale. All my friends kicked my ass on the field, so I came back to Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, that's a wise move.
All right, so this was the first D23, U23, not D23 semifinal we're going to talk about. So we've got Palm Beach U23, formerly known as FAU, in the white with most of the players wearing blue socks. Boz, this is one thing that pisses me off is when the teams can't get their socks together. Both teams had all sorts of sock issues, but we won't go there. But you guys got off to a fast start, Boz. Talk about the game plan coming into this one, and his Henok Germain with a good little run.
Our main game plan was to really play strong up-in-your-face defense with UF because they got some big, hard runners, big guys. And they took it to us. And I think our defense, if we didn't practice the way we did and prepare our defense against UF, it would have gone the other way. Our offense was clicking. We added some new stuff in there because I know all the other coaches are picking apart our films during the season. And Kenny, you did a good job on defending our offense, our line out. You really gave us trouble in that. And that sort of threw away part of our game plan off of that as well. So, but yeah, we got a quick start off of it. Momentum was going good, but then the penalties started kicking in pretty bad from the lineouts, the scrum downs, and I guess a few high tackles. So,
yeah, that's one thing in the playoffs that the referees are always going to tighten up as well, just like the players do a little bit, get a little nervous. Yeah, lineouts were a bit of an issue for FAU, but Kenny, obviously a second straight trip down to South Florida, a long trip for you guys. How's the team feeling coming into this one, and what was your game plan against FAU?
So we felt like we were ready. Unfortunately, we were missing our the guy that had been playing our loose head prop. He'd spent a couple days in the hospital with stomach virus, so we'd make some adjustments. And we got the thing is, last week we got destroyed in the scrum, so we felt like against Boz's team we were going to have to fix that. But the other thing, like Boz mentioned, the lineouts, we had, they killed us in the lineouts the first time we played them 6 weeks ago. So we kind of studied it and came up with a plan for it, and then the alternatives for whatever, and that made a difference. But our plan was like Boz was talking about, come up hard on defense. We didn't come up as hard as we had planned, and I think our problem was, again, some penalties. Although we fixed our high penalties, we didn't have as many of them. But when it came down, getting close to the try line, we just had too much try line fever, and we just kept making mistakes, trying to do a little bit too much rather than trusting what we'd worked on. And I just put that to inexperience because these guys are brand new.
Yeah,
we had 5 guys in the pack in their first year of rugby.
Wow. Did you see Spencer Gray there with his Buzz? We got to talk to Spencer about his kicking technique. It's very strange.
Yeah,
he almost comes around it like he's taking a corner kick in soccer, and that was the end of the game there. So 17-14, Palm Beach U23s, the team formerly known as FAU, edging UF. It was a lot closer than the first meeting. Boz, Kenny talked about where he thought he gave you guys. You said in the lineouts, but what do you guys have to do? You got to face now Orlando, who knocked off Tallahassee to put 60 points up against FSU. What do you guys really need to work on to succeed in this championship game on Saturday?
Well, to keep our guys healthy, I had to bring a new prop in, or take a flanker and work with them this past week and turn them into a prop to play in this game. We have 3 of our props at the beginning of the season stepped out, and then Patrick, our starting prop, finally came back into the game. So we were hurting in the front row going into this game right here. But we're going to straighten that out, moving forward to UCF. And again, you
lost them in the first game as well. So what can you learn from that game? without giving away too much, Boz. Yeah. Without giving away too much, because I'm sure Evan's watching this. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm sure he is.
Well, I mean, what as a team do you think you guys have to do a little better?
To get the guys on track and stay focused and not stay out too late the night before.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
and the guys who were watching, they know who I'm talking about. But it was a wake up.
Oh, we lose Boz. Let's go to Kenny while Boz sorts his internet connection out. Kenny, a nice season. Obviously not the way you wanted to see it end, but you guys have come a long way from the struggles of the last couple of years. How many do you have back for next season? And do you see this UF team on the rise?
I think you'll see the team on the rise. We had Isaiah, our winger that played for the Hogs. He's not going. If UF starts back up, I'm losing 2 of those players.
Right.
If we're playing with the Hogs, then I'll probably have all of them back. So
it'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see
what they do to the schools. So we're pretty pumped up. We had 13 brand new players this year, and they all stuck it out to the end of the season. So we're really amazed we got that recruiting considering the COVID situation.
No, 100%. Yeah, everything's just a very strange year, but it was great to see the U23s get all this way to the championship game with not too many COVID issues. I know there was some kind of here and there, but Boz, best of luck on Saturday against Orlando. That game will be in Jupiter, not Titusville. So they'll be playing where the U19s and younger are playing. But you know what time that game is yet, Boz, in Jupiter?
I believe it's at 2:00 because I think the high school plays at 12:30.
I heard it was 8 a.m., man.
I believe it's.
Hey, listen, if the MLR can play games at 10 a.m. including a game with a West Coast team that was playing at 7 a.m. their time.
Much better weather. Come on.
This is very true.
Okay.
Well, good luck, Boz. I know you guys want to get revenge from that game earlier this season. That's obviously the only game you guys have lost over the last couple of years. So we'll see if we can bring home a title to Boca Raton.
Good luck, Boz.
We'll have you next week. Good luck.
See you next year. Thanks.
Bye. Bye, Kenny. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Thanks as always, Kenny. Appreciate it. Yeah, Boz had to go. Teach some 70-year-old lady how to do dumbbells for $100 an hour.
Listen, Ross, we're gonna make a little change of order because
do it.
So let's get Palm Beach and Jacksonville because we have both coaches here, and we'll get them on right now. Okay. So Ian Henry is coming from Palm Beach, and Don
Ian's
Alexander from.
You just call Ian a coach.
Sorry. This is Coach Garth. I apologize. There are a lot of things here to click, so I'm gonna remove you. We'll see you later. And now there we go.
There we go. Oh, quiet.
Don's dog is very excited to see us.
And we have the dog, which is always nice. What dog's
my giant schnauzer? She, I was unable to come down to the game and to see Ian because she blew her ACL out, and they did a tibial leveling plateau osteotomy, which basically means they cut the crap out of the bone and plated it. So I was dog sitting all weekend. I wish I would have got to come down and and watched the game. I've been well informed about a lot of the things, but I think the last time I got to see Ian was they were up here visiting, and as a 52-year-old, I was wearing a jersey so we could have a full side of replacements. And thankfully, I don't think I had to play.
Don, you're a first time guest on the show. So tell us a bit about your rugby background.
So I started playing in high school in 1981 for Levoldis Golden Suns in Regina, Saskatchewan. I played for Levoldis. I played for the Regina Rogues. With my first coach was Carl Fix, who's pretty well involved in outside of Florida, everywhere else in North America and the world in rugby. I was fortunate enough to play for Saskatchewan U19, U23 senior men's. I played for Queen's University in Kingston, Ontario. I played for the Kingston Panthers. I played for Canada under 19 in 1986 when we beat Wales. I played for the Vancouver Marilomas and got to play first division rugby in Vancouver. I went to the University of Iowa for dental school, played for Iowa, played for University of Iowa. I played in Jacksonville in 95 when we were like 5th in the country. I played for the Denver Barbarians and was in the inaugural Harb Super League season.
Oh, wow.
And after that, I started having kids and was kind of retired. I ended up back in Jacksonville, was out of the game until my son, who's now 21, played high school for the Wolverines under Aaron Church, who's just one of the greatest guys I've got to meet in rugby.
I think we'll have Aaron on here in a minute.
And so such a fine individual. And then about the next year, some of the old boys said, they kind of looked at me and said, you know what, Alexander, it's your damn turn. So I became the president of the Jacksonville Rugby Club. And we've been doing great things with Coach Paul Sheehy, and really kind of absolutely turned this club around in the last 2 years, I would say.
Obviously dropped down from D2 to D3.
Well,
it made you a lot more competitive, I think, and have the boys having a little more fun.
Well, no, actually, it wasn't competition that made me make that plea. It was we had just such a young cadre of young individuals, and it was about safety. And it's not about winning for me. It's about safety and development of young men and building a club. And I just kind of needed that breather. Getting your ass whipped is just no way to get guys to keep coming back. So we step back, and as soon as we can hit a level on the field where we are kind of where it's safe and we're competitive, we'll be back, and here we go. And this was looking at
tell us about the game, Don.
Well, so I don't know anything about the game because I was babysitting.
Oh, that's right, you weren't there. That's right, you were babysitting your dog.
But I can tell you that this as we had 7 guys that played last year. We've got some new boys, and I know these guys who are on the field, and they are the future for my club, and we're going to build on them.
Is that the first play of the game there, Ian Henry?
It was very close very close to being the first. That was the first minute, I think. So
I heard that happened.
It was like you said. It was great to watch from the sideline. By the way, all clarity: I am not the head coach. Chris Oosthuizen is our head coach. I am the team manager and match secretary for Palm Beach. But Chris has a funny accent. Some people can't understand him on podcast.
Yeah, we've had him on enough too.
I'm kidding. He's fine. But no, it was one of those games. I actually believe the score is not correct. I think it was 45-17. Just
17.
45-17, not 45-12.
I did make that correction. I want to, because Don actually made me. I think it was
Paul.
Was he?
Paul texted you and made that correction.
I did fix it. Go to my website. It's fixed. I apologize.
It was a very colorful game, meaning there was apparently a lot of different colored cards.
Yes, apparently. I heard that, and it almost. From what I heard, I kind of wish they would have just let the boys play.
Yeah, I mean, but I have to admit, there was one of your players at the bar afterwards who I've never seen this happen. He had to do shoot the boot 3 times on one song, so I would say he the red card in the bar.
I actually heard that. When the boys got back, I met them at Culhane's, our sponsor, and the one thing I can hear from what I can say this is that very young front row, and absolutely. You boys in the front row beat the hell out of our young kids.
Chris, without giving too much away for next week, because we're still in it, Chris' game plan was pretty simple, which was, dominate or in the set plays with our forwards, and then make some passes and, just continue to do our gameplay through the season. What was hard for us, though, is we didn't know what we were coming into because we haven't played, we played in the South Division this year. And, so it was tough to know what we were going to get to play into, but you're right. I do think the ref it was a good ref. The ARs.
I've heard the same, I heard the same. And, but as a guy who was babysitting his dog, and I got to tell you that I was jealous as hell because I wanted to be down there, and it's the hardest thing to be around rugby and not to be as involved as you wanted. 2 years ago, I played. I came back and played so I could play with my son. But we did so well recruiting, and with the COVID, I think we had 3 or 4 kids from UNF that ended up playing because we couldn't field the U23 team in Jacksonville this year. So we just got such a young team. This was a great experience for them.
Coming up, one of these highlights is it's not slow motion. It is actually our number 1 running down the sideline. It looks like it's slow motion. So
that wasn't slow motion there from that gentleman. You got some pace on this team, Ian.
That was Lukum. We got a great speed with Lukum, and a couple of the young kids, and we do have some great speed. We got some strength as well in the forwards, and all around, Chris has just done a phenomenal job with working out a game plan throughout the season. And having the kids just execute on it. So far so good. We got one more to go. I think playing Brevard is probably what was needed. Last year, before COVID, Gainesville were up there, but it was probably going to be us and Brevard. So this is going to be a fun one. I think it's going to be a great game. I think it's going to be close. If you look at all the scores, it's going to be a tough one, and we're really looking forward to it.
No, listen, I have to say that I think that probably the best 2 teams are making the final.
Appreciate that.
From what I've seen over the last 2 years, both teams that are going to make the final are good quality teams, and they're certainly playing and deserve to be where they are. I don't think that anybody can argue that point. I think that you guys, I think that was 2 years ago because of COVID. We didn't see you guys last year. Huh?
This is not slow motion.
Yeah, well, Don, you mentioned about Jacksonville, where they've come the last 2 years. I know I've heard sort of bits and pieces about where the club, I wouldn't say the team, where the club has really changed things and improved. So maybe you can sort of give us some insight into what you guys have done, and hopefully there's some teams perhaps watching today that can learn.
I was very lucky in growing up, and the influence I had with some very, very good quality clubs in Canada and in the western part of the United States. So when I took over because of my own personal youth experience, I knew that was an essential. And oh my God, I'm sorry, but I got to comment. That was maybe a very ugly kick that I just watched. And it was from my own guy.
Listen, it's a Florida rugby highlight, Don. You're going to see some
absolutely. But I think that, and I'm lucky. The vice president of my club is Mike Wright, and Mike's got a lot of connections in this country, and with some high level rugby. And between the two of us, we know a lot of people. But a wise man once said to me, "You only see what you know, and you only know what you see." And we, both of us, have been part of some very good organizations. So using those keys as a framework for what we want to build on, we're really concentrating on supporting the senior men's club, but we know that we want to delve deeper into the youth programs and the college programs and work to make opportunities for college kids to play better rugby, but to come and become better men in Jacksonville. And we really have a strong concern about having and developing young high school boys into becoming young men. And so our philosophy here isn't to build it. Listen, if we build a quality club up here in Jacksonville, we know that the level of play will exceed. And we know that when people move to town that are used to good clubs, they'll want to stay and hang around. And, I first played in Jacksonville in 1995, and it was kind of one of those things, they called it a perfect storm. It wasn't about a developmental thing. It was about a bunch of guys moved to town that kicked the hell out of everybody. But good quality programs, they need to be fertilized, and they need to be tended and minded, and you need to pay attention to the details. And that's where we are right now, and that's what we're trying to do. And we just don't want to lose any of our young kids. We want to bring them along. And so we're 2 years into a multi-year program here.
Good stuff. Well, Don, I appreciate you joining us. I know this is kind of the first time you've heard of the pod, but spread the word up there. I know that it sort of seems like North and South Florida sometimes have a big line in the middle where we sort of find ourselves separated. But I know the Jaguares are going to bring the boys together, for a good little all-star system this season. And Jacksonville, I hope they continue to thrive.
Thank you for the opportunity, Ian. I wish I would have been able to be down there and have a beer with you, but maybe next year.
Look forward to it.
Ian, good luck Saturday against Brevard. I think this is the matchup, as Don said, we've all been looking forward to this season on the D3 side of things. So it'll be all eyes on that matchup there in Titusville.
The times will be fully announced, but we're doing that tonight at 9:00 on the board call. But I believe our D3 game is going to be 1:00 kickoff in Titusville.
Good stuff. Well, thanks, gentlemen. Appreciate you joining the show.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, guys. Yep. We'll see you around.
All right.
Ross, we're going to make another change of plans.
Man, you're a man on the move here.
We were expecting Mick Graham to show up. He's MIA, so we're going to get somebody to replace him. And in the meantime, we'll go ahead with Hammerheads and Jacksonville. So I'm going to bring in Mr. J.R. Hernandez from the Hammerheads and Mr. Aaron Church from the Jacksonville Wolverines.
JR, did you just win the Masters? I like the jacket.
Oh, there was a lot of echo there.
There is a bit of an echo, but that's right.
You were just talking about money, Mr. JR.
So another Jacksonville team traveling a long way. We'll head. We got the echo going still, but that's all right. Who do we need to mute, Charlie?
JR. There you go.
No, I'm still hearing echo.
I don't know why. Or is it Aaron?
No, it's you.
It's me. That's not me, man.
Anyway, let's get to the highlights.
Okay, let me bring them up.
So
I want to say something. Pay attention at the kickoff. I have never seen such a. Watch the Jacksonville kids, how they run in this kickoff. It's like I wouldn't want to be on the other side. Just take a look. I was impressed.
So Jacksonville in the black.
Yeah.
Naples in gray.
Look at this.
It's beautiful pitch. Look at it.
Pretty amazing.
Well, Aaron, give us through how this game started. You guys hung around in this one.
Well, we knew we couldn't start off slow against Naples. We had to try to get the momentum on our side as early as possible. And we had to just come out fast. We knew they were going to have some big guys, so we couldn't play a slow game against them. So we just kind of wanted to see if we could wear them down, or at least start using our speed early and try to create some breathing room. We know it's going to be very close, high impact, a lot of good tackling. We knew they're going to come strong. And I told the boys, don't expect a game where you're not going to get scored on. So it's just one of those things. The Hammerheads are going to put points on you. You just got to try to get more than them and play good defense and really shut them down. I tried to make a game plan of having certain guys mark on certain guys to really kind of slow their attack down, especially their 8 and their big 13 West. So I really had some guys just kind of, that was their key for defense, is just kind of stick on those guys and let the rest of the team try to stop the rest of them.
It was a heck of a conversion on that first try, by the way.
Ross, I think it's you who has echo, man.
It's me.
I don't know. Let me see. Oh. Okay.
We'll deal with it for now. But yeah, heck of a conversion on that first kick. And this game was back and forth. JR, give us your thoughts on how this game was going at this point.
It was back and forth the whole time. We lost a couple guys in the first half, and we had our reserves play hard. So we were fortunate to pull out a win, and we just really played some team rugby and had everyone step up. And we're extremely proud of everyone who went out there. Cam came back after missing 2 months and scored for us. And here I think we got Jake, who's gonna be kind of punching it in. Oh no, this is Cam flying through the air here.
Yeah. That was a lovely little loop pass.
Yeah. So, we've been fortunate to get some guys back finally healthy, and we just barely hung on against Jax. It was a great effort by both sides.
And here comes is this the final try here, I think, by Naples?
I
know Jacksonville scored the last one with a great run down the sideline in the middle. I think this was the try this was the one that sort of put him ahead a couple of tries, because the final score was just one try game, right?
It was 3 points.
3 points.
Yeah, 3 points.
So there's one more try after this where our reserve who came in for we had our tight head prop rolled his ankle pretty bad in this game, so we moved some things around, brought in a new flanker, and I think this is the long run.
This is the one. Who is this man, Aaron Church?
This is a great try, from their own try line.
That's some serious wheels. Who is that man, Aaron? Unmute yourself.
Yeah, that's Aaron Faison. He's a junior. He'll be with us again next year. This is just his second year rugby, so we're very fortunate to have him. Him and Ellis are both schoolmates. Both of them are juniors, so we're really lucky to have them. We think we're converting them from being football players. So
you don't need to convert them. You just need to teach them how to play rugby, and they can play both still.
Oh yeah, I think they've really kind of adapted and love rugby a little bit more.
Good.
Actually, Aaron messaged me today. He was like wanting to try out for the Jaguars, and I was like, "Well, are you going to play football?" He's like, "I'll talk to my dad about that."
Good man.
So
we're turning them around from the dark side, Aaron, one by one.
Right.
Well, JR, let's talk about next week. That's right. Well, this Saturday, I should say. Cardinal Gibbons, a team that started the season late, took a couple of losses early, then got their wrestlers back, and Rocky's got them going. What do you know about Gibbons? They're one of the teams you didn't face during the regular season.
Yeah, we missed out playing them in the middle of the season. I think they had just a little COVID bout there.
They did.
And so that game was canceled. And we're really kind of bringing it full circle. That was the last game of last season that was canceled for us. So we'll finally get to play Cardinal Gibbons, and we'll get to play him in the championship. I was actually just on the phone before I hopped on with Vince, who's assistant coach over there. Him and I played rugby at UCF together.
Okay.
And so basically, the championship game is an excuse for us to take our wives out for dinner. So we're gonna get some babysitters.
Where are you guys going to go? I don't know how many options. I'm sure there's plenty of good options in Jupiter.
I think Vince is going to take care of that, and we'll just go wherever he tells us to go.
Well, so, gentlemen,
we're looking forward to it. Should be a good game.
No doubt about it. Gibbons, big physical specimen, just got to get low. Aaron, JR, appreciate you joining us this evening. JR, make sure you get that jacket back to Mr. Matsuyama. Charlie's got a word.
This one's mine. Mine for anyone who wants to join the green team, baby.
Listen, I just want to give a shout out to the Hammerheads because they have contracted my services of videotaping twice this season, which I really appreciate because I know it's a big effort for you guys. And I'm looking forward next season to be able to provide the service, hopefully all around the state. I'm not sure Jacksonville. Sorry, Aaron. But maybe.
Duval's a trip.
Yeah, Duval is a trip.
Well, hopefully you see some of your boys on the Jaguars team this May and June.
Let's go.
Good luck on Saturday. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Okay. And
the echo's gone. I'm not sure where
it was Aaron. Sorry, Aaron. I have to, throw you under the bus.
Listen, this is a semi-professional podcast. It's not an amateur podcast, but it's semi-professional. So there are going to be the occasional issues here and there. But appreciate you guys coming in. All right, Charlie, I'm going to let you tell me what game's next because I'm all over the place.
We're going to go to our original number 3 game that was Brevard against Pelicans.
Yeah, I thought I saw Hybrid's big noggin in the green room.
We do have Hybrid. I don't know if Hybrid. Let me bring him in. I told him he was next, so I don't know. This is what we have. So,
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay.
He's there somewhere.
You want to show your face?
Maybe.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
He was putting his jersey on, I think.
So, I told him to have a shower before coming on, so maybe he was.
I was actually cutting up potatoes because my lady's a nurse and she's just getting off work.
Okay.
So
what a nice guy.
Food ready.
Unfortunately, we don't have the Pelicans. I did send her an email. Sorry about that. It would have been nice. It would have been nice because we haven't had them before. But we do our best.
Oh.
So, oh no, this is not it.
Can you guys see me? Because my screen is frozen.
I can see you. Yes.
Yeah, we can see.
Yeah. All right.
These are the highlights. We got to teach somebody how to use a Zoom.
Hold on, I'm gonna come back in. I can't see nothing.
Oh,
all right.
Hold on a second.
There's Pelicans in their blue, green, and yellow.
Wait.
Going from left to right.
Ross, let's
Hybrid's frozen.
Do a quick change of plans because we have Rocky and Coach Garth from Boca, so we'll get that game in. So let's welcome Garth. Hello, Coach. How are you?
There's Garth Duff Gray from Boca Raton Buccaneers. Welcome, Garth. Unmute yourself so we can hear you.
Let me see if I can do that.
There we go.
Hello.
Good evening. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. We also have Rocky Miaris in the dark, but that's all right. Better dark than not at all.
He likes the dark.
So this was you guys played each other in the regular season, and it finished in a 7-7 tie. This one ended up a little bit differently. Let's get the highlights rolling, Charlie, because there's some good tries in this game.
Oh yeah, for sure. I have a lot. Okay, there we go.
Let's talk to Garth first. Garth, what had you learned from that 7-7 tie and from the rest of the regular season, and that you brought into this game that you were trying to run as a game plan?
Well, first of all, we were bitly come. We had believed that we were prepared, we were ready, we were motivated, and we ran into a buzzsaw or a chainsaw, quite frankly. I think the physicality came as a big shock because we had, we've played Cardinal Gibbons many times over the years.
Yeah.
We've won some and we've lost some. And the 7-7 game, we felt we underperformed. And we were not happy with the attitude going into that particular game, and certainly not gratified by the outcome. In retrospect, I guess I should be grateful of the 7-7 draw compared to what happened last Saturday. But, hats off to Cardinal Gibbons. They had a package that they put together. Their people were obviously ready, motivated, and very able. And they played some pretty impressive smash-mouth rugby.
Yeah, Rocky, how would you describe the style of rugby that Gibbons play? Now, I'm not going to put Charlie on the spot here, but he's not a big fan of the Gibbons style of rugby. And I also heard from a gentleman on Sunday
Nothing
who's not a big
personal.
fan of it.
Nothing personal.
But I think you've got to play with what you've got, right? Rocky, tell me how you sort of come into it. Do you change it season to season, or do you just know you're going to have these athletes, especially from the football side of things, and you sort of have to go with the game plan that you've got because of the size and power?
Yeah, well, we definitely change it season to season. Unfortunately, the turnover we have is a little ridiculous typically, and we don't have a youth program. So, whatever we get that year, we get. To put it in football terms, I'd say we play rugby like a power I or a wing T. I mean, we just try to jam it down your throat. We have the size and the physicality to typically do that. So that's what we do. We play with what we have.
Yeah, I mean, listen, as I said to Charlie the other day, you're playing a lot of the time on narrow fields. This year, you're playing against teams that perhaps have a higher percentage of, U16s than they have in the past, just because most of these teams don't have U16s, and they had to use a lot of them to fill in their U19s. As there's Jack O'Keefe there with the try, and you've got these three boys that really stand out. With Jack O'Keefe, the number 6, your number 8, whose name escapes me,
Brock Weaver. He's actually only 15.
15. Yeah, we'll see him. We'll see a spectacular try from him in a little bit, and obviously Trey. Where was he playing? 13 or 12 in this game?
12.
It seems like those three guys really drive this team.
Yeah. And it does, let me say this: it does seem like a team that is like peaking at the right time, right?
Oh, well, that's been the strategy all season long.
I remember you actually said that early when one of your first time on the podcast. You actually said that, and here it is. So I have to give you that.
It's been nice seeing it come to fruition, man. We had a vision, and it's happening.
Yeah, when you got off to that slow start, were you overly concerned at the slow start, or did you sort of use it to your advantage to sort of see what you had and knew that everybody was making the playoffs anyway?
Well, you know what? In years past, sometimes we get out to like maybe a hot start, 3-0, 4-0. It's hard to keep guys motivated. It is, and you want to sit there and you want them to correct things, but they don't take it to heart because they're still winning. This year, we start off 0-4-1 basically, so everything resonates with them. So it makes it a little easier to coach when you come out of the gate and lose some games.
Can we go back to that Brock Weaver try, Charlie? I'm going to go back to it here.
Yeah, please.
The Brock Weaver try. This is a big man. This is a big man. And where did he pick this ball up? At about halfway, broke 1, broke 2, and he's not slow, is he, Rocky?
I wouldn't want to get in his way. I'll tell you that.
Oh, Ross, don't forget he got trained in rugby.
I do want to. Yes, let's remind everybody watching that Brock was
originally
a Boca player.
Worries.
Keep them coming, Garth. Keep them coming.
Yeah, right.
What a bastard.
He came back to haunt you guys in this one.
Yeah,
here's another man, another physical specimen, Jack O'Keefe.
Yep.
I know, an all-star linebacker in football that we've converted into a very good rugby player. Hopefully he continues to play. I know he's going up to Florida State, right, Rocky?
Yes, sir. He's walking on over at Florida State.
Walking on to play football. So hopefully he'll be able to sneak on a little rugby, just like like Alex Tucci did when he was playing D1 college football. Might be a little more difficult in Tallahassee, but
and once again, something tells me he won't be a walk-on for very long. He'll be put on scholarship real quick.
No, he's a very good athlete. So yeah, Garth, where did this sort of go wrong? As you said, you just weren't really ready for the. Obviously, when you see the physicality on video, it's a lot different than when you actually have to face it, right? I mean, it's a lot different.
No. Ross, first of all, very disappointed that we couldn't face Okapi and we didn't get a shot at the Hammerheads either. I think we'd have matched up very well, and I'm pretty confident we'd have come out ahead. I think we've been underestimated the entire season. We like playing, running under the radar and staying off the, run silent, run deep style of media communications. But no excuses about what came down on Saturday. We believed we had the right packages put together. I don't think we executed the way we had planned, which was we wanted to play a lot of fast ball, a lot of backline play, not get into head-to-head, smash mouth, this constant brain bashing stuff that, kids play the way they get comfortable with throughout the season. So although we had changed strategy, we just didn't execute the way we should. And they played their guts out. And I think eventually, I think the constant in-your-face contact started wearing on them. And I think people started closing down a bit. But, God bless every one of my players. So proud of all of them. And again, congratulations to Cardinal Gibbons. They played an awesome game.
Yep, very successful season. I'm not even going to go into the seeding stuff and why 2 was playing 8. But anyway, how many do you have coming back next year, Garth, for Boca?
No, I haven't done that math yet. God, it's we just want to catch our breath. Another thing that I think impacted the game that really kind of broke our spirit a little bit was the fact we lost 2 of our prime people at virtually the same time, both Logan and Skylar. And Skylar was a monster on that field, as was the captain, Tyler. And Logan, of course, you guys are pretty familiar with his play. But we lost those 2 almost at the same time. And at that point, it was difficult to keep people's spirits up. They kept plugging away. And that's all you can hope for, that at the end of the day, they take this game as a learning experience and a character-building opportunity. So
that's what it's
take
all about.
Nothing away from Gibbons. They did great.
And we saw the Boca boys out at the Jaguars tryouts on Sunday. A lot of them were sort of feeling Saturday, and obviously but it was great to see them there just in person and hanging out, supporting their potential teammates. Rocky, you guys obviously now get to face Naples. How many straight championships is this for you?
Well, since last year there was no championship.
Yeah, scrap last year.
This will be our third straight.
Third straight. And how are we gonna end this one differently than the last 2?
Man, I'm not even gonna get into that. I don't want to go back and think about the last 2. I'm just
let's focus on Naples. Yep. What do we know about them?
Oh man, I mean they're undefeated for a reason. They didn't get lucky. They're a really, really good team. They got good size. They got some really good backs. Well coached. The whole 9. It's going to take a full team effort to beat them. We gotta. We can't let up. We have to play a perfect game if we want to beat them.
Well, best of luck on Saturday. That game will be in Jupiter on Saturday. Do we have a game time for that one yet, Charlie? I don't know if I've seen
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock game time.
Oh, nice.
So the U19's in Jupiter on Saturday. So if you're in the vicinity, get out there and check out that. I know they're going to have the U23s there as well as the 16s, 14s, 12s, etc. So a great day of rugby at Carlin Park on Saturday. Well, gentlemen, thanks as always for joining us.
In any case, Rocky, we're going to have you back, so no worries.
And Garth, good luck. Good luck next season.
Thank you very much. We're still in it with the youth. We're still in it with youth, U10s, U12s.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I keep forgetting about that. So who's the best Boca team below the 19s, you think, Garth? Who has the best chance of a state title?
Both the 12s and the 10s. The 14s, it would be a tough day, but I think if they all show up and they have the right attitude, I think we can take that as well.
Well, good luck.
But Key Biscayne has a really good.
I'll be eating, dining on Black Crow or something later if this doesn't come to pass.
That's right. Should be a fun day regardless for everybody.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
thank
thanks,
you
gentlemen.
very much, though, guys.
Appreciate
you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
See you, Rock. I wasn't trying to start a fight between the two of you, Charlie. I promise.
So let's see what this guy is up to. Hybrid. Let's see if he's done cooking.
Hybrid he's still moving around.
There he is. Okay.
All right, let's go.
Thank you for filling in for Mick. Hybrid.
Yeah, no problem.
Let's get to these highlights. We've always got Brevard in the white and red. How did this game go from your point of view, Hybrid?
Well, I'm just gonna give you the audio because every time you bring me in, it freezes my screen.
Yeah,
so
we can hear you just fine.
That's okay.
I know. That's fine. No, but it went great, man. We have got a lot of new guys. We had 4 rookies that just started playing rugby this year that started, and they kicked ass. We had 7 tries in this match, and all 7 were scored by different players. So that's big, you know what I mean? Like, we don't have one standout player that's scoring all our tries, So
it's about.
Yeah. So it's real substantial. And two of our rookies scored, both our rookie wingers. So, definitely confidence booster for them going into the finals.
It was a nice.
And it was a fun game, man.
Try. Did you get on the scoreboard?
Yes, I did. That second one was me. I don't have my hair out right now, so I'm not as obvious.
Oh, come on, man.
What was the score at the half? I only saw what, 2 or 3 tries there at the half? It was a closer game at the half,
2 tries, right? Yep. 2 tries and a kick. So it was 15-0 at half.
Oh, man. That was the staggered line from the Pellies, and you guys took advantage of that.
Yeah. Yeah. So we definitely
Who's
had,
that man there with some wheels?
The one up the middle or the one on the edge?
The one up the middle on that try.
Up the middle? Yeah, that's our new hybrid. His name is Brendan. He's another redheaded, half black. Yeah, he's another redheaded, half black. The speedster out there.
It did look like you. I was going to say.
One. Yeah, he's been one of our rookies that came on. He used to run track in college. He's great. That next try on the sideline was our other rookie, Isaac. And he's came on, and I think he played a little bit before, but he's definitely picked up quickly.
That was a nice pass by Dwayne Parks.
Oh yeah, the offload. Yeah, that one is the one to Brendan.
It's gonna be a great final for sure.
Yeah, no, definitely. And shouts to St. Pete, man. Those dudes are awesome. You know what I mean? Played with a couple of guys from the Stormers, and they always bring the hits and bring a good game. Frenchie over there. And they always, it's always going to be a quality match. And
yeah, they've been coming on the last couple of seasons. Pellies went through a little bit of a dry patch there 3 or 4 years ago, but they've slowly been coming on in D3 and being a lot more competitive. And obviously reaching the semifinals here. Was that interception? Was that an interception try there by somebody? It looked like or he just picked up a loose
Isn't
ball.
that you?
Yeah, it was a loose ball. It was a knock on, and it got kicked into his hands.
That's the other one.
Yeah, luckily he had the wherewithal to not stop because I'm pretty sure 95% of the people on there dropped their hands because it was like, oh, knock on. And luckily, even being a newbie, he had the wherewithal to keep running it and take it into the try zone.
That's a nice little running line there by Pellies. Yeah, they hung around the guys from the Bay Area. We scored all our tries, and then they scored 2 at the end, which we were not happy about. And I know coach and president weren't happy about because, we let our back line slip a little bit and gave them a few gaps. Oh,
and
you don't want to kick to that guy.
Yeah,
number 19 with the dreads. He's a big lad. So let's talk about next week, Hybrid, the game that everybody's kind of been waiting for.
Yeah.
What do you guys
know?
Again, don't go into trade secrets. Don't go into trade secrets. But what do you guys need to do well to? What do you guys need to do well to beat Palm Beach?
I mean, there's no real trade secrets to it. It's are we going to be able to play our game, and are we going to not let them get us out of our game? And one thing we do is if we ever get coaxed into playing somebody else's game, they've got a lot of young speedsters, and they like to, a lot of shiftiness, and they like to get around. And when they can disrupt and get you all, break that flat defensive line and get you disrupted, they'll definitely shift through you, So if we can keep our composure and, keep a good defense on them, and play our game. Our offense kind of comes together, like we got a lot of guys in places. They know kind of what's going on. So as long as we maintain our depth and run our plays and our gameplay that Mick has set up and that he's been preaching all season and much more hardcore through the playoffs that he's just been grinding into our heads. As long as we can stick to that, I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, well, everybody's looking forward to this game. Titusville, do we have a game time for that one? Early afternoon at some point, I assume.
Yeah, I don't think we have a schedule for the matches and whatnot yet. So
tonight apparently it's going to come out after the board meeting tonight. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be sort of early afternoon. But I'm looking forward to seeing the video from this game. It should be a great one.
Oh man, absolutely. And to be honest, man, it's going to be all 4 matches on Saturday are going to be amazing. And I'm kind of mad that we're doing 2 at a time because I really want to see all 3 other matches.
Not 2 at a time, Hybrid. There's only one field there, mate, so it's back to back.
That's not on our field. It's at Titusville. There's 2 fields.
Right,
there's 2 fields.
There's 2 fields side by side. Oh, okay. So it is going to be back to back.
Yep.
I think
Oh, well,
I've
that's
seen sort of
phenomenal.
a preliminary schedule of 10-2, like 10-2, 12-2, and 4. But somebody else said they were playing at 1, so maybe it's 11-1, 3, and 5. But it's something like that.
Gotcha.
You'll find out
Okay, well,
tonight.
that's yeah,
we
right.
should have had the exclusive, Charlie. FRU. Why don't we have the exclusive?
All right.
of this
Yeah, I ain't
schedule?
got the backstage pass yet.
Disappointed in you. Well, hybrid, as the wife says, good luck on Saturday. And
Most definitely, man.
Hey, thank you very much.
One great team will bring home the title. I don't know if I'm gonna pick that one, Charlie. We'll see in a minute if we decide to make a pick for that game.
Yeah, I think that one's
gonna be a
definitely
tie.
up in the air.
It's gonna go to a. Oh, there's Ian Henry. Breaking news, Charlie.
Oh God, the world
Ian
would burn.
Henry with breaking news. Breaking news in the chat. 11, 1, 3, and 5. So as far as I know, it's D4, 11, D3 at 1, and then women at 3, and the men's D2 at 5. So I think you're playing at 1 o'clock, hybrid.
Okay. Well,
I think that's the order.
That would work for us. Okay.
I think that's the order. So
yeah,
Jose,
we'll play whenever. I don't really care when we play, but it'll be nice to see those other matches after ours because they're going to be exciting as well. So
I think you will.
Hype to see that.
Once again, thanks for joining us, hybrid. As always, appreciate the video as well.
Most definitely. You know,
and hopefully we'll have the boss next week because he didn't show up today.
Right. Oh yeah, no, we'll make sure
he's
on.
I'll
go back to your cooking.
Over to his house if we got to.
Go back to cutting those potatoes.
Yeah, man. Come on.
It's smelling good.
Yeah,
I love you. I appreciate it, man.
I think somebody's hungry, so go and take care. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm hungry for this goddamn title next weekend. Remember
there you
that?
Go.
Okay.
You heard that, Palm Beach. She's coming for you.
They know. I appreciate you, boys.
Cheers, Sean. All right. He's always an entertaining gentleman. It's 8:20, Charlie. So let's go. That's all our games for the video, right?
Yes.
All right. So that's 6. So we've got video on 6 of the 10. The four other you lot. Unfortunately, we don't have video, so we're not going to go here. Let's take a look at the other scores. Let's see here. Naples from the top. Naples 30, Orlando 3. That was a little more one-sided than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
So the Hammerheads. Are they still Naples or are they Swiffle? I can't keep up, Charlie.
No, I think these guys are. I'm not sure. I'm not going to say because I'm
just going to call them the heads. Hammerheads 30, Swiffle 30, Orlando 3. Orlando's still Orlando. Thank goodness. What else do we not have on video here? Daytona with a very close game against Okapi. That sounded like a fun game.
Oh yeah,
27-24, and another close one in the other D4.
We have to say that game of Daytona, because it's nice. It was a very nice thing. Was played at the Brevard field because
that's right. There was some issues with weather, right?
They had some weather issues and got their field canceled. So from one day, from Friday to Saturday, Brevard provided them with the venue, which was a very nice thing to do.
That was very nice of them. So then Tallahassee beat Lakeland 33-26 in the other D4. And then the U23 other semifinal was Orlando 60, Tallahassee 14. So all the home teams winners except for Cardinal Gibbons 36-5. As Dendre says that Palm Beach will end up as champions at the end of next weekend. We'll have to see. All right, Charlie, we're going to before we get to we're going to do predictions now. We're going to go to use Okapi stuff or sponsor stuff.
I don't know. Let's do the predictions. Why not? And we have to go to the sponsors also.
Oh man, you put me in a spot here, Charlie. But let's do the predictions.
So, let me bring up the
5 games.
So this is.
All right, try it.
Titusville.
These are the games in Titusville. So let's go with the first game, which is at 11 o'clock. That's the D4 final. Tallahassee against Daytona. We haven't seen much of either of these two teams, Charlie, on the video. But I'm going to go with Daytona as winning this one.
Yeah, so am I. And let me tell you, all of these 4 games, they're going to be really tight, I think. It's going to be.
They are. They're very difficult to predict. But I think
2-3 points, I
think Daytona with the shorter trip, Tallahassee, they may come the night before if they're smart. Otherwise, they're going to have to leave very early on Saturday morning with the 11 o'clock start. The 1 o'clock start will be that Brevard, Palm Beach. Charlie, I'm putting you on the spot first.
I think I'm going to go with Brevard, not just because Mick is our sponsor, but because I think it's like years in the making. So those guys are going to be with a level of motivation like to the roof, and it's going to be tight. Any game can go for anybody, but I think these guys are going to have it.
All right, I'm going to disagree with you here, and I'm going to go Palm Beach. They've beaten the
Okay.
Tridents, they've beaten Boca, and I think they'll take care of Brevard.
Oh, but this is what I think. A game is a game, and it ends up here. So we'll see.
It should be a very tight one. I think less than 10 points in it for sure.
I like to disagree.
Women's D2 at 3 p.m. Orlando Griffins at Tampa. I'm going with Orlando.
Yeah, it seems like Orlando has been so dominant.
They won the previous matchup between these two sides, and I think they're just going to have too much in the front five for Tampa. And I think that's probably a 10 to 12 point game, if not more. And now the big one at 5 o'clock. Tridents Hammerheads in the twilight.
Not really.
As Hybrid calls me a traitor in the in the chat. Tridents Hammerheads. Do you want to go first, Charlie?
We
haven't seen much of Naples.
We haven't seen nothing of Naples, so it's really hard to tell. They have done well. I don't know if they've lost any game. I don't think so.
No.
And on their no.
Both teams have a long way to go. They got to go all the way up to the tightest pool to play each other.
Here again, I think the motivation thing is going to be a strong factor to make that little difference. And the Tridents are going for their, they say la manito. So that's going to be in there, as a motivator for them, very strong. And I'm going to go with Tridents just by a couple of points if the kicker has a good day.
I'm gonna disagree with you as well here, Charlie. I'm gonna go with Naples.
Good.
I'm gonna say Tridents took a bit of a beating against Tampa this past week, and they're gonna be a little physically beat up. And I'm gonna say Naples edges this one in a close game.
Okay. Yeah,
so we agree on 2 and disagree on 2. So let's see where we finish up next week. All right. Let's go to back to our sponsors real quick. Again, if you have a 401k, if you want a 401k, if you run a 401k, if you have no idea what a 401k is, as I said earlier, the team at 401kFL has the experience to tackle your retirement goals and needs. Visit 401kFL to kick things off. Charlie has a quick video here from our other sponsor, Flash, who have a nice little deal for those teams playing sevens this year. Charlie, fire that up.
So I met Pablo after the Tridents game, and this is what he had to say.
Hello, my name is Charlie Velasquez. I'm here with Pablo from Kriletic. I was thinking about it and I couldn't say it. From Flash. He has, we're here after the game between Tampa and the Tridents. He showed up also. And exciting game that was defined in the overtime. Yeah, 26-19. So that means Tridents is going to the final. And he surprised me with this beautiful jersey from Los Teros, which I really love, as you can see. So I'll be rocking this on the podcast on Monday. Thank you very much, Pablo.
And tell that this is the Uruguay national team.
Yeah, of
those
course.
Who don't know, no?
Everybody knows who the
international jersey.
Everybody knows who the Teros
sorry,
is.
my mistake. Sorry.
Yeah. Everybody knows, of course. Beautiful. So I'll be wearing this on Monday. I just wanted to ask you. I saw that you came out with this proposal for sevens.
Yeah, right.
Tell us a little bit about it.
In mind the upcoming seasons, the seventh season, we have received several questions about our ability to make a special kit for the sevens. We came out with an offer that you can see both on our e-commerce and the Instagram account, which is basically the complete kit, the customized jersey, the short, the socks for $44.99. Bearing in mind the season that starts in June, to which we are already manufacturing some product for several teams, and ending in late July, right?
Early August. With Brevard. So that means
we are on with that.
Hurry up, because if you want to look good in the sevens, that now is the time to get your kit. I think this
like
is
the Uruguayan national team.
Yeah, please. Somebody use this one. I would be more than honored. And now is the time. I think it's a great price for the quality, of course.
Quality, yes, sure.
But you guys have to get moving. So hopefully we'll see you next week at the finals.
For sure, yeah. We'll be there.
I really like that you guys are showing up everywhere now.
It's our business and it's our pleasure, because we love rugby.
Of course.
We are here for rugby.
So I'll see you in a week. Thank you very much, Pablo.
See you soon.
Okay, bye-bye.
So somebody's got to get a flash shirt. He's just wearing a plain white shirt, Charlie. He works before. Before we get to the Okapi U19, U16s in Charlotte, we didn't get to our Jupiter predictions. So let's get to those.
Yeah, we forgot about that.
Now, this is a tough one for me, Charlie.
Which one? The 23s?
Yes. This is a tough one for me. For those that don't know, I'm the president of the FAU Rugby Alumni Foundation. So my heart is telling me to go with Palm Beach, but my head is telling me Orlando. So I'm gonna go with my heart and hope the FAU boys pull it out.
What? Oh my God, this is a tough one. Yeah, because
they lost the first matchup, but it was very close. They should have
won
1
point. It was by 1 point.
They missed a late kick and should have won that game. Orlando, I think, maybe a little stronger now, but Palm Beach are also strong. So I'm gonna go Palm Beach by a point. They're gonna get the revenge and go at 1 point the other way.
I'm going to go with Palm Beach also, just because of this theory I have of the motivator. And these guys, they had a great season last year, but was cut short. So they really want it. And I'm going to go with Palm Beach just for a couple of points, yeah.
All right. And the 19s, Swiftful Hammerheads against the power of Cardinal Gibbons. Now, we've only seen bits and pieces. Well, we have seen quite a bit of Swiffle. I take that back. Yeah. We've seen some video of them. I just think Gibbons is going to have too much. I had them winning last week. I just think size is. But we do have we should, Charlie, have a bigger field. I don't know. Obviously, back in the past with the polo fields, we've had the 100s by 70s. Yeah. And that's sort of come back to haunt Cardinal Gibbons because they obviously play on a turf field, which is barely 50 by 110. But I think Gibbons still has enough here to just keep it, play the anti-rugby, as you call it, and
don't put words in my mouth. Come on, it's not anti-rugby. It's a different type of rugby. You play what you have.
Oh, I know. I'm just giving you guys shit that don't like it. Well, not you, but a certain fan of the podcast that doesn't like the way Cardinal Gibbons plays.
Okay.
But I think they win this one by 10 to 15 points.
Really, so much? I actually think I agree with you that it's going to be really hard to beat the Gibbons, but I don't think it's going to be by 10 points at all. It's going to be just 2 or 3 points. So we'll see.
Chris Vassell, who he can't join the show, but he can comment. He wants Palm Beach to win. Juan just wants to say, "Yo, what's up, Juan? Thanks for tuning in." And the wife says size matters. I'm going to assume she's talking about Cardinal Gibbons. I'm not going to go into other details regarding that.
We'll give Vassell a shout out here. This was yesterday.
Is his son taller than him, or was he standing on the concrete and his dad was on the grass?
I think it's just a hair. The hair makes a big difference,
No, we should see Jordan as part of the Jaguares. I would have to think. I think he's still U16 eligible, Charlie. I think.
Maybe, yeah.
All right. Speaking of U16s.
Yes.
Let's get to so Okapi was this like 10 days ago now. Took off up to North Carolina. The U16s obviously didn't have a chance to play a whole lot of rugby this year because there's only 3 teams that had U16 teams. And I love it when teams go out of state to get different experiences, go on a little tour. And that's exactly what the U16 Okapis did. They went up to North Carolina, took on oh man, I can't think. Aspertuck from Connecticut, beat the living daylights out of them, and then, as you can see, there's a nice shirt from the tour, and then took on the Charlotte Tigers, one of the best teams on the East Coast historically, and Okapi beat the JV team of the Charlotte Tigers. And as I said when we talked to Nigel Platt last week, he couldn't remember the last time that the Charlotte Tigers had lost either JV or varsity game. So awesome stuff from the Okapi boys, and we do have a couple of people from that touring squad.
We have the coach.
We do have bring him on.
Juan Orfila.
There's Juan.
And the captain.
Hello, guys.
Whose name is blocked by the advertisements, Charlie, so I can't see his name.
Okay, hold on.
Come on, producer. Come on. I know I saw him there yesterday, Luis Cruzado, the captain of the U16. So Juan, first of all, talk to us about how this trip came about.
Well, we as you mentioned, we had only 4 games this season, right? So we were looking to play more. So a lot of conversations in the club with my peers, Julio, Pablo, also with Mariano, to say, okay, what do we do? So we decided, let's give it a try to go outside the state. And we reached out to Eric Saxon, and great guy. So he was really open to receive us. So we had a couple of options to play some games there. So we decided to go on the 10th of April, that weekend. So we had 2 games, as you mentioned, Aspetuck on Saturday and Charlotte on Sunday. So I think it was like 45, 60 days. It took us to organize everything. Great work from a lot of people, from Mariano, a lot of parents, ourselves. So great stuff. Also, Maria, the team manager. So amazing. And we have 23 players in the trip, 5 members of the staff, including coaches, manager, and also team doctor, and 13 parents who I think they enjoy even more than the kids, right? So,
right. That's how it always happens.
Yeah, so it was really great to see them all together. It was really fun. So since we get into the plane and until we come back. Actually, the flight was canceled the last day, and we had fun anyway. Yeah, so yeah.
So the flight back was canceled, or the flight back was canceled?
The flight back, yeah, the flight back. So we stay one more day and we return in the afternoon.
Thank goodness the flight up there wasn't canceled. So this, as you can see, the Charlotte Rugby Club is a great facility. They've got an actual clubhouse right there on the side. Nice grass and
huge.
Luis, talk about how nice it was playing on that pitch in a clubhouse and playing against these guys from Charlotte.
Oh yeah, it was amazing. It was like completely different to what we're used to here in Florida. Like from the field to the style of how they played. Yeah, it was great.
What was the biggest difference in the style of things? How did they what difference did Charlotte bring to you guys?
Well, especially this year, since we could only play against Wellington and Key Biscayne. They're like polar opposites. Wellington is mostly like hit forwards, and then Key Biscayne is passing. And against the Tigers, they gave us everything. Like it was a game with pick and goes, passing.
So some everything. Kicking there too, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of kicking. They're a very good team.
And you guys pulled this one out at the last minute, right? We had this beautiful video with scoreboard and a logo. Listen, Charlotte really has it together up there with this. Hopefully, we can have a facility like this at some point.
When Ross? When we're going to have this?
When I win the lottery, maybe. Now, Juan, talk to us about your view of this game. What did you know? I assume you didn't know anything about Charlotte.
Yeah, JD. So it was a mystery, right? Actually, we did a couple of team meetings to prepare the games, both Saturday and Sunday, and we were telling the kids we don't know what to expect, but we watch a little bit the U19s those days too, and we know they were top of all the in the league, right? So
yeah.
We were expecting some physical game, but also with some passing, as Luis shared, and that's what happened. The aspect of game was different. We have total control on that one. On this one, the first half was 7-0 for Charlotte. They scored in the last minute. Second half, we started really well with a try in the first minute. So again, it was back and forth, a lot of kicking. We are not used to that, but we love it playing that way. So I think it was really interesting to see a lot of things going on. What we told the team was we have a really strong pack, really strong forwards, but we don't want to get in unnecessary battles, right? So we try to be flexible in our style. So it was like 2-3 phases, let's go out or let's kick. So that's how we played, and we were down twice during the game. There was a really nice try in an interception from Matthew, our fullback, and then we scored in the last minute by Luis. It was a funny one, right? Because we have a penalty 5 yards, and we decided to play it, and we were down by 2, right? So, yeah, we talked a lot about that.
Who decided to play it? You or the captain?
No, I could shout out Miguel. That was his decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there was a try there. That wasn't a try there that came back.
Yeah, and actually it's fair to say that we should have scored twice in the first half, but we decided to ground the ball in the 5-meter line instead of the goal line. It's not the first time in the season, so we like to give that handicap, right, when we play. So,
well, let's talk about the off-field stuff. What else did you guys get up to there up in Charlotte? You were obviously up there for a couple of days. Well, it ended up being another extra day, but
yeah. So what we aligned, and Eric was great supporting us. So I asked him if we can train. So we went to another facility to train on Friday, start moving,
nice.
activating. So we train on Saturday, and then, we play Saturday and Sunday there in the same field.
Let me really commend the club for doing this.
Oh, there's the interception.
That was great thinking, because you had this season that was really not too much fun and just having two teams, and so you guys did not just say, okay, this is what it is. You went further, and that's a nice attitude, I think, that we need to have here in Florida. Just, with everything, it's like, we have this field, we have, football posts. No, let's get rugby posts like those. Those are some beautiful posts there, Ross. Did you see?
I did see them.
See,
it's a beautiful facility in general.
No, it was beautiful, and actually it was like a machinery. It was a factory, right? One game ends, another game starts. We have like 9 games, one after the other, including women, etc. U19, U16. It was beautiful. When we got there, we were shocked by the field, surrounded by those trees, with that house up there where you can watch the game from above, right? So beautiful experience and beautiful place. So kudos to Eric for the organization they have there.
As Sean said, Charlie is obsessed with posts. I remember my one surfing sevens when we didn't have posts. He was so angry at me.
Oh yeah, I still am. And you know why he's saying that? Because I was telling him, Brevard is one of the few clubs that have pretty much their own field, right? And I was telling Hybrid, hey, you guys should put some really nice posts there, because it makes the field look so much nicer, right?
Yes.
Come on.
And Charlie, let me add something to what you said, right? First of all, it took us like 60 days to organize everything. We even created a raffle for the kids to collect money to support some of the expenses while being there. It was fun to see the players out in the Weston Town Center selling raffles, right, in the street. So it was a beautiful experience, and also it's a great team building activity too,
of course.
right? So it's also a way to create winning teams, right? It's not just playing, but also creating a team and making friends. And we saw a lot of that. So it was a great experience.
Of course, many times you see a team that plays so well, and it's to a great extent because the team has bonded so well that they just play better. I saw that with the teams that my kids used to play in, and with Coach Ronnie Suarez, he used to build a lot on that, and I think it's really important.
Yeah, it's exciting times for Okapi. Obviously, I don't know how many of these kids are going to go up to U19s in the next year or two, but if I'm another U19s team, I'm a little concerned about what Okapi is going to produce the next couple of years.
Well, we are sending all the forwards, so they will have a strong pack next year in U19. So, and I think it's really good from the club, and I hope next year we will have more U16 teams playing. We believe that U16 is when you do the transition, right? Stop running through the field and start playing rugby, full size, contested set pieces. So I hope we can have more teams next year, right?
Let's just watch the final try here, because it's really. And Juan, you were telling me that it was a little bit doubtful from the law's perspective.
Here, right?
No, I don't know, Luis. Maybe you can share if it was doubtful or not. So it was allowed. So I don't see what.
I mean, the ref called it a try, so I didn't argue with him.
The ref was.
The gentleman that took that quick tap, he's a lucky boy that you scored that try.
There you go. That's a great video, huh?
Ross, it was amazing job by the ref, and we have fun with Nigel a lot, talking to him, and also on the beach. Yeah, so really good job.
Did he get to ref one of your games, Nigel?
He ref
the first one.
Oh, the first game.
Yeah.
No, Nigel's good people. There's a lot of good people up in the Carolinas there, and rugby is doing very well. But I'm always glad when the representatives from the Republic of Florida go out of the state and do well. And now, Juan, you're obviously going to be involved here with the Jaguares. How did yesterday go?
It was really, really good. As you saw, a lot of players. It was hot. Yeah, we can tell.
Hot, yes.
So, but the guys prove right that why they should be there. So we did. I think it was like a 3-hour session, and we are going to Boca on Sunday, next Sunday. So. Continue with the tryouts, and then we will have an intra game in Cape in 2 weeks from now, and then decide the final travel team.
That was exciting stuff. Now, Luis, was this your sort of first out of state rugby experience, or have you been out of state before?
I went to Tennessee 2 years ago, Aguades. So
with the RCTs, okay.
Yeah.
And what do you enjoy most about the? What do you enjoy most about the sort of touring experience? You know, getting out with your boys and getting out of state. Yeah. Sometimes with the parents, but sort of away from the parents too.
I mean, with the team, it was great because we bonded outside of the field and built a chemistry, and it really translated to when we played. Like you could definitely tell. So yeah, it was a great experience overall.
And what position do you play, Luis, for Okapi?
8-man.
8-man. So you're going to continue to play that, I assume, for the Jaguar. Are you one of the ones that's moving up next year to 19s?
Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, so anything else? One, I know you guys obviously, Key Biscayne gets down to Freeport on occasion, when they're having their tournament. And listen, these tournaments are a great thing, but hopefully everything will be back to normal next year, and we'll have a lot more teams playing.
Yeah, we hope so too, and definitely we want to do more of this as a club. And we are also discussing. I think it's going to be a great opportunity to do it before the season starts, right? To build that bond and create that team.
You should go down to Uruguay.
That's a long way, Charlie. You might as well go to England if you're going to go to Uruguay.
Maybe they take me.
We are thinking on international trips as well. It was discussed. Of course, the situation is not the best one this year, but definitely it's on the table. So we hope to do something soon. Yeah.
All right, boys. Well, I appreciate you spending the time with us tonight. Again, thanks to, I think it was Charlotte that provided the videos for us, and you guys as well.
Yeah, Eric provided it to us, and I shared it with Charlie. So, yeah.
Hopefully, perhaps you'll see them again. I know they're trying to get something going in Jacksonville on the 15th between some teams up there and some teams down there as well. So good stuff. Love to see it. Well done. Congratulations on the 2 wins up there. I'm sure the trip back was a lot quicker as a result.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity, guys.
And great. Good luck with Jaguares.
We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye, Luis. Hey, Ross, before we go, because we're already
a little lost.
A little bit, but that was a lot of things. I just want to add a show here. This would qualify for the memorabilia section.
Oh yeah,
okay.
Keep forgetting about the memorabilia.
Ronnie Suarez sent it, so I just want to show this. It's a quick thing. So before we go, let's do
Hey
this.
Charlie, I know this is not the memorabilia video that you wanted, but check this out. This is I wanted to show you this. This is a collection of rugby books that I have. I have tons of books, but this is the sole collection of rugby books. There's some rugby coaching stuff, some stories, some biographies. I think even the Richie McCall book, I believe it's signed.
That's why it qualifies.
Yeah, signed by Richie McCall. Pretty cool. But yeah, these are all my books. My favorites probably have, there's a couple. The Ben Ryan book's amazing. Seven's Heaven. I love this book, The Grudge by Tom English. It's about the Calcutta Cup.
I was going to say England versus Scotland. Yep.
Legacy, of course. Amazing book. This is probably another one of my favorites. Ultimate Crush. It's Waseda University out of Japan. It's how they built their team to be the strongest winning team in Japan. Yeah, man. So these are just some of my collections that I've, gotten over the years. Enjoy.
Who has time to read, Charlie?
Damn!
We forgot to mention in our 3 quick things, Charlie. Are you back? Can I hear you?
Yes.
No, now I can.
Yes.
We didn't mention in our 3 quick things. I forgot to mention USA, New Zealand, rumored to be in late October in Vegas.
Nice.
I'm sure Ronnie's excited about that at the home of the Raiders Stadium.
Okay.
So everybody start saving up for that one. October 23rd, I think, is the rumored date. We'll have to see once it's confirmed. All right. Well, Charlie, another fun, jam-packed episode. I think we had the most viewers I think I've seen so far in my little viewer numbers. So that's great to see.
Looking forward to next week. I'm planning on taping most of the games at the finals. I may not be able to do them. I may not do them all, but most of them. And I'm planning to do extended highlights. So, because, in a final, many things happen that you want to.
Yeah,
so
even in a COVID.
Tell the wife to get ready for that last set, please.
It'll be a lot less games in that one. But listen, it's always exciting to reach a final, even in a COVID year. So hopefully everybody
we made
takes
advantage
of Charlie's videotaping options. But episode 30 is in the books, Charlie. Of talking, I always forget to mention the name of the podcast. Talking Florida Rugby occasionally.
Really?
I think I forgot to mention it at the start of the show. But great to see everybody joining us this evening. Let's keep this train rolling, and we'll see you next Monday night after the championships. I'm sure we'll have a lot more to talk about.
Okay.
Good stuff, Charlie. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget, you can check out the video podcast available as well on the audio versions on all major podcast platforms. And you can always check out the replay on Facebook or YouTube, and you go to rugbyfl.com/TFRO.
We'll see you next week.
See you next week, bud.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Ross.
Bye, guys.